Good morning and welcome to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac, president of Roby Electric, along with Trent Hastings, president and CEO of the Roby family of companies. We are your hosts. Trent, welcome back to the country, man. I know you were in Cuba earlier in the week.
Yeah, Havana.
I know you have a couple things you could tell us about that.
Yeah,
What'd you learn?
I just think it's cool. Growing up, just to be open about it. I mean, as a kid, we weren't fond of Cuba, weren't fond of communism,
sure.
and still aren't fond of communism necessarily. But coming from the place I come from, which I love so much, talk about my dad's philosophy a second. Though my family came from conservative small business owner background, my dad wanted us to learn the ways of the world and didn't want us to think one way was right and one way was wrong. So, I went to Chapel Hill. My sister, fortunately, went to college with Charleston, and when she was there, she was a Spanish major, so she did a study abroad program in like 2002 and went to Cuba for like 6 weeks.
I didn't know that.
Now, that was a different time in Cuba than in 2016. But yeah, so I had a chance to go down, and it was very unique. The people were so loving, but people were asking me what it's like. It's like the most beautiful city in the world in 1950, and a bomb went off, and they never done anything in 70 years to change it. And I did not know this, but Cuba is one of the 7 wonders of the architectural world. By architectural standards, Havana, the city that we were at, and it's cool, man. I learned a lot. I mean, it was good. The mafia and the who's who and the Rat Pack and all those guys in the U.S. during the first half of the 20th century, we're building it to be the Monaco of the Western world.
Oh, wow. And
when Fidel took over in the late 50s, that's when Vegas started getting built because, I mean, the plans got derailed. So,
I mean, when you go through something like that, you mentioned at the beginning, talking about how much you love where you came from. You have a whole new appreciation for the United States and being an American, I'm sure.
Well, I'm a proud American, but I understand you only know what you know that you've done and known. I'll tell you what's cool about Cuba are the people, and though they've been somewhat propagandized that America is bad,
right?
The younger generation of people in Cuba are excited to their wits' end about opportunity and about America's coming down and the opportunity to earn money because they give great service and their heart's really good. I equate it. I go done it twice to El Salvador for a mission trip and then gone to Costa Rica before. There's certain places in the world outside of America where the people are just humble and they wear their hearts on their sleeve and they're just grateful for the human interaction. Take money and commerce out of it. And I will say Cuba's one of those places. Now, the folks are all excited about the change that's happening, but man, it's gonna be long and slow. I mean, everybody says, "Oh my gosh, in 10 years." That was why the trip was so cool. We got to go before all this change happens, but I don't think anything in Cuba's happening fast.
Well, it'll be interesting. You'll have to obviously go back in 10 or 15 years, and you'll have even more of appreciation of watching the transition, which is cool. Speaking of transitions, let's transition to what we have coming on today for the show. We have Barbara Copal and Mary Staten, co-chairs of the 3rd annual Heart of the Home Kitchen Tour for the Symphony Guild, along with Janine Devaney to finish off. So this is going to be a great show, Trent.
Oh, yeah. We love having these women on our show, and it's always fun. And I mean, once again, kind of like talking about Cuba and talking about what the Roby family of companies and we're built on is, just doing right by people and what the Heart of the Home Kitchen Tour, and these ladies can talk a little more about it. You get to go look at kitchens, so it plays very well with Andrew Roby, our residential side of our business. But it raises money for scholarships for kids for the arts. I mean, very similar to talking about my sister going to Cuba,
Sure.
So nothing better. And that's we polish our contractor diamond and give people something cool where they get good value. They get to go tour kitchens and have a great evening or day with their friends, and we raise money to help the arts.
Well, yeah, I mean, and not to mention, Andrew Roby has 2 homes on the tour. I know Janine designed a few of the homes that are going to be on the tour. So I can't wait to hear more about it. I know they've probably, since the last time they were on the show, which was back in June, till now, I know a lot has happened. They probably brought in some new sponsors and really be able to give us a playbook of exactly what's going to go on October 15th. Just what a neat event.
Yeah, no, we were walking in. I think for the sponsors, there's a preview party this week. I'm excited. We get to go over there. Ferguson's a partner with the ladies, and they're hosting that party.
And I'll tell you, buddy, you missed it, but those folks know how to throw a party. The folks at Ferguson, they had their grand opening at this. Obviously, it's the same showroom where the kickoff party for the Heart of the Home tour will be. What an unbelievable showroom! I think they made a statement to the industry this past Wednesday night.
Really? So you're bragging on your alumnus?
I am. It's good. I'm proud of them. I mean, it was an unreal event. The showroom looks great. I know they brought in Roby Handyman to do some of the work. They brought in Roby Electric to help with the lighting. They just did a great job.
No, Ferguson is always an aligned brand partner with the Roby family of companies. We cater to the same customer. They sell products and we sell services, and they sell really nice products and give great customer service, which is what we're about. I mean, top-tier teammate, just like we talk about with Harkey and other folks like that.
Well, exactly. Folks, you're listening to At Home with Roby. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We'll be welcoming Barbara Copald and Mary Staten to talk about the 3rd annual Heart of the Home Kitchen Tour. We'll be right back.